Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new review of units, and I keep reviewing the Dark Angels Codex, and this time I'm going to look at the troops from the Dark Angels. Not too many choices, and I have to say this is where the Codex is less specific. It's almost the same as the Space Marines, so nothing special compared to the Space Marines here, to be fair. So we start with the tactical squad, and it's the same configuration as the Space Marines. So you start with 5 Space Marines as a tactical squad. The point cost is 13 points per Space Marines, and then you have the normal options. So they have the profile of a Space Marine 3+3+ on weapon and ballistic skill, strength and toughness 4. 1 wound, initiative 1, 1 attack, sorry, and leadership 7, 8 with the sergeant. You start with 5, and you can add 5 additional more. They are equipped with ball gun and ball pistol, if I'm not wrong. And they go with frag and grenades. And then one Space Marine can take a special weapon, and another Space Marine can take a heavy weapon. And yeah, this is really the Space Marines that I would say normally if you do Dark Angels it's because you want to do or Death Wing or Raven Wing, because it's what is special on this codex. So this is called sometimes the Green Wing. It's not very special, but if you want to do a battalion or a brigade, you will need some troops. So the tactical marines, the good thing is that you can put a heavy weapon and know that you can split fire. We don't used to have the problem that we used to have before, so you can use for example, you can put a missile launcher. Missile launcher can be used to hand vehicles, and the rest of the squad can use the bolters against infantry. The other way to go very cheap is you just put 5 with a flamer. This is quite a cheap and affordable option, and it's quite an aggressive option. So it's the unit that you can tailor on the needs that you want. You also can put, for example, 5 with a melta-gun, and then you can use the melta-gun to hand vehicles. I will say my favorite is to go 5 maybe with a missile launcher and keep them just to hold objective. This is a unit that is not going to be strong. 5 of them are not that strong. They will die quite fast, but they can be annoying, and they can be good to hold objective, especially objectives that are, if you need to hold objectives that are in your deployment zone. So 5 with a missile launcher can do this job. All the units in the troops will more or less have the same role. So if we go now to the intercessors, they will have a very similar role, and the intercessors, they have 2 wounds each, and the cost point is 18 points. So it's 5 points more, but here you don't have the option for the heavy weapon. So they are really just anti-infantry. So for me the big difference is intercessor. 5 of them are not resilient as 10 Space Marines, but they are much more resilient than the tactical marines. So 5 intercessors can be good also to grab an objective. If you play power points, they cost the same. Okay, so I will rather use intercessors, 5 of them, to hold objectives. If you play normal points, we are talking 13, it's going to be 65 points, and 18 is going to be 80 points, right? Sorry, 80, no, 90 points for 5. So 90 points, and you have everything. So it's going to be more or less the same. Once you add the heavy weapon or the special weapon on the 5 Space Marines, it's going to be quite a close. I will say that intercessors maybe are a better choice if you just want a unit of 5 to hold objective. They will be mainly anti-infantry. And then we can go to the other option of troops, and this is the Scout Squad. And I will say this is the winner of the 3 here in the troops. The Scout Squad the squads are much cheaper and only cost 11 points. So I will put them in units of 5 on that case. And then you have different options. So one option is to put them with snipers, and again they can cover the backward. They can also have the camo cloaks. Okay, the camo cloak is an option that you can have there. The cost of a camo cloak, let me just check it here. The camo cloak is 3 points, so and the sniper rifle is 4 points. So if you put them with camo cloak and the is 7, 18, they cost the same as intercessor. The advantage if you put them with the sniper rifle is that they can shoot two characters, so they can target characters, and this is another option. So for me, the advantage of the scouts is that they can have another role that is not present on the intercessors, and on the tactical squad is that they can be character hunters. Okay, sniper rifles, they ignore the rules that you cannot target characters that have less than 10 wounds or 10 or less wounds. So I will say I like this option. It's going to be expensive if you want to have always the snipers to shoot, but the advantage is if everybody and the camo cloak. But the advantage is that you in cover they are going to be quite strong. They will add +2 to the save, so it means that they are going to be like a space marine when they are in cover. That is practically because space marines will be 2+, and they will be as well 2+. They can. So they also have the conceal positions. So when you set up the unit during the deployment, it can be set up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 inches away. So this is also a very good option, and I don't think this is not counting as deep strike. So you can do it from the first turn, and the only thing, and they have the same endurance. The only thing that they have worse than the Space Marine is that they have save 4, but if you put the camo cloak and they are in cover, they will compensate that, so they will be like a Space Marine in that aspect. The other option is to keep them very basic. Just maybe you put just a missile launcher, so you pay 55 points because they cost 11 each, and you just keep them as an objective holder again, because they have the conceal position. You can always deploy what is needed after the enemy have deployed the army. So this is also a good option, give this flexibility, and also you can use them to, they can, I will say this, for me the tactical marines are more to hold objective in your deployment zone. The scouts, I see them more if you play Marston missions or something like that on the first turns, to be able to hold objectives that are in the land of nobody. Okay, so if you have objective in the middle of the battlefield, this is a good unit to go for this objective on the first turns. They will die very fast, but if you play Marston missions, they can be the difference between winning or losing the battle, because you can start scoring points from the beginning, especially if you have the mission that you need to hold objectives to get more objectives. So I will say that it's, for me, it's maybe the best option. I don't have scouts painted in my army, so normally I use the tactical marines, but I will say that the 3 options here on troops are quite similar. They will be needed if you want to play brigade or the battalion. And just summarizing, so let's start with the scouts. Scouts have the flexibility of the deployment. Also on the equipment, I will say that if you use sniper rifles, they can be used to hunt enemy characters, or you can put them with missile launcher and bolters, and then you can use the missile launcher to shoot vehicles. I think they also can have, if I'm not wrong, the heavy bolter. Yeah, they can also have the heavy bolter and then bolters, and then you just hold an objective. The advantage is they can hold objective in the middle of the battlefield from turn 0, to say it in a way. Tactical marines for me are more to hold objective in your deployment zone, So put them with a heavy weapon. They will be shooting from the backboard. They will be difficult to take out from there, so the enemy will need to commit, especially if you are in the far distance. They will need to commit some firepower to eliminate this squad. And if the enemy is not focusing on this squad, you will have a squad that is not taking too many points scoring one objectives. And then we have the intercessors, and the intercessor is more or less in between the two. Okay, they are quite resilient. They will be difficult, more difficult than the Space Marines to remove from a position, from an objective, especially if the objective have cover or inside of the terrain. So, and they have a quite good shooting intercessors against infantry. Big defense intercessors are really focused on against infantry. They don't have high strength. They only have a good AP, so they can be good against infantry with, especially with medium armor. They will do a good job there. I will say not against Terminators especially, but maybe against other Marines, something like that. They will be a good option. The tactical Marines can be tailored to the needs that you need of your army, and the scouts will be anti-character or anti-infantry mainly. So this is my analysis of the troops that you can use, and this same analysis will be applicable for the regular Space Marines, as we have the same options. As I say, the Dark Angels don't have really a special option on troops. We are going to see more special units in the elites or in the fast attack, where we are going to have in the elites, we are going to see mainly the Death Wind and some of the units of the Raven Wind that are elite, and in fast attack we are going to see all the Raven Wind, where we have all the special units from. Not all the special units from the Dark Angels, but some of them are quite nice, and they synergize very well to do a Raven Wind. I will say, for me, if we need to look the Dark Angels, maybe my favorite build is with Raven Wind. If you want to play just regular Space Marines, this guy, then you can use Azrael if you want to keep using Dark Angels, or you can just use the Space Marine Codex. So that's all for now. I hope you find this review interesting. I try to be fast and sharp on that. And yeah, and please leave in the comments below. Let me know what do you think. And just give a like if you have liked this video. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.